Most people couldn't defend themselves properly if attacked by a bigger guy. Running away from bad situations is the best idea.
As a big guy, I agree. Just run. You may lose your pride, but you'll keep your health and life. If you absolutely cannot run, kick, hit them in the balls.
I'm not sure if this has been brought up, but have you ever heard of a birdie? It's a personal alarm that can go on your keychain, bag, etc. It's easy to deploy and extremely loud to bring attention to your situation should you ever be in one. I got one for my sister after she was attacked while walking down the sidewalk. It hasn't happened again since, but I want her to have this so that she can be helped moving forward.
Thank you, although this would only be useful if the place is not very deserted. Also, I'm so sorry that your sister was attacked.
Rape whistle and pepper spray.
Forget the pepper spray, get the foam formula, no overspray that affects you if the wind against you and the attacker wipes it gets more on them.
An extremely bright flashlight. You won't get in trouble for carrying it, and it'll keep them dazed and at least temporarily blinded so you get an opportunity to run. Also, it's utilitarian in case you need it for non-defense purposes. And they sell them small enough to fit inside of a purse or bag.
Definitely recommend. I've used mine twice, at a distance, and used those few seconds to my advantage. Some of the pocket purse carry lights are bright enough to disorient in broad daylight.
Run.
This, even if you are a man, but especially if you are a woman, things are much more likely to work better as you just are able to fly away fast. I would consider elementary parkour more useful than any self-defense. So, if you can, run. And make noise if possible. If you cannot, make as much noise as you can, keep your distance, and look for the best opening to run.
The honest truth is all those defense class and hand-to-hand combat class are just going to put women, especially smaller women, in a dangerous situation. Body weight in 90% of physical altercations is king. More mass, more weight, more force, that's it. Your best bet is to work on cardio, be a good runner. Also, wouldn't hurt to carry pepper spray, a taser if legal, or a gun. But if you do, make sure you know how to use it. Even a knife. But your goal should be to kill, injure and run like hell. Do not look back, just run.
For real, the majority of advice given to the op will get her or anyone else killed. Running is your best friend. You don't like guns? Tough luck, because outside of running, guns are the only thing that truly equalizes the size difference. Even then, you want distance between the aggressor and yourself.
I hate to say this, but it's generally going to be almost impossible unless you have a weapon.
Yup, half this go for the balls, eyes crap is going to get you hurt. They're small and veer predictable targets.
US? Buy a gun and train outside US? Pepper spray and run? Knives are very personal weapons and difficult to properly use.
In many countries it's illegal to carry a knife. Obvious exception if just bought it, or taking it to something medhouse etc.
Greater than I'm a physically small woman. How should I defend myself if I ever get attacked by a man? Situational awareness is 95% of avoiding trouble.
Always be scouting. I almost instinctively peg the first storefront I can run into if shit goes south. Keep a mental map of the fire stations, police stations near your house. I think the first and best option always is to run. Beyond that, I would say make as much noise as possible and go for the balls, but always with the end result in mind of allowing yourself time to run away. If this is something you worry about a lot, I'd recommend making some time to work on yourself a bit. How long can you run as fast as you can? How far can you run? These are questions most people never have to ask themselves. Improving yourself physically, starting a running program, maybe lift some weights too. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, can give you some confidence and help you feel more secure.
Thank you. Get a dog, a good strong one. I think that will be very useful to a small lady. Build a relationship with it and I think it will help you to have confidence when you go outside.
This to me is the most doable tip till now on this thread. Thanks a ton. The best thing is always de-escalation, getting help and running away.
Thanks, I agree. I just want to be prepared for the worst.
I always tell my female friends to carry pepper spray. I don't know what the best kind is, but the stronger the better. Kicking him in the nuts is not reliable. Guys can get hit in the nuts and still function. They only need to grab you, and being close enough to get hit in the nuts means he's close enough to grab you. That, and if you telegraph your move, he's probably gonna block it, as most guys are well aware that women tend to go for the nuts in situations like that. Pepper spray and run. Keep running until you get some help. Pepper spray, in my experience, is a more reliable deterrent than a taser or any kind of strike. Being dumb with my friends, I've tased them and been tased. It's not so bad. I imagine if you don't buy a high-end one, it's not gonna be reliably effective. If a guy can ignore physical pain, a strike is probably from a small woman is probably not gonna be effective. Direct application of pepper spray is debilitating.
Pepper spray is illegal in some countries, like mine, so not an option for some people.
I feel like a lot of situations escalate mainly because one party is prepared for the situation to escalate. That being said, there are a lot of self-defense tools, and I'm sure you can find a video or two on YouTube if you go looking. For example, there is a stun gun that, when fired, takes a picture of the target and sends a message with your location to the nearest police station, or something like that. In addition to stunning the target, that is.
The groin never goes out of style. Destroy the penis and testicles. It's our one weakness.
The old dick twist.
Throw something in the air, like your mobile phone. People will look up. Then kick his balls and run. Either that or use an object of your surroundings.
This is not a good tip. If the kick isn't 100% accurate or not strong enough, you are fucked. Nothing beats a pepper spray. When walking through rough neighborhoods, streets, etc., keep it in your hand. Hide it by keeping your hand in your purse.
My dad taught me to go for weak spots. Whatever you can reach. Your main goal is to run and get away. Knee to the balls works, but it's expected and easily dodged. Think more. Fingers in the eyes, first to the throat, kick to the side of the knee. If they try to pick you up, drop to the ground. It's harder to pick you up if you're dead weight in a ball in the ground. You don't want them to get their arms around you. This is also a good position to go for a donkey kick to the kneecap. Cold steel makes a round hairbrush with a plastic reinforced blade that comes out of the handle. It's only $14 and would definitely do some damage if you needed to get away, but it's also a usable hairbrush, so it doesn't look like a weapon. I love carrying this.
I have some years of judo on me, and I would by no circumstance ever consider throwing myself to the ground. A good move, a couple very easy kicks and you are out. I carry mace at all times on my keychain. I thought about a gun, but I'd be too worried about them taking it and using it against me, which I feel is totally a possibility.
I deadass thought you meant an actual mace and was confused for a sec.
Quality pepper spray. Just don't do what a lot of women do. When you feel unsafe, have it readily available. I know many will say martial arts, blah blah blah. As someone that trained Taekwondo for 10 years, and Muay Thai for another 10, was 22-1 in full contact competition, combat training takes many years of work before it becomes instinct. Boxing would work best. Quick hard punches. And groin strikes. But good quality pepper spray works quick as long as you have it ready to use.
And even then I trained in Muay Thai myself. In the world there's not a ring or set rules like in a match. Last thing one wants to do is go action movie hero on somebody. It's not going to work. Move, run, leave within a split second if you have an outlet. If you're cornered, then that's your last stand and fight with whatever you have on you. Spray, rock, a pen. Anything you can get your hands on becomes a weapon.